Hello, my name is Ryan Vermeesch, and today I want to talk a little bit about Brick Lane's Hope Rescue Mission Ministry. Brick Lane has had the opportunity to serve at Hope Rescue for several years now, and has done so in a variety of capacities. Hope Rescue Mission, for those who are unfamiliar with it, is a men's shelter in the heart of Reading. They have the capacity to serve roughly 85 men daily on a normal basis, and then in the winter months they open up the gymnasium, throw some bunk beds in there, and have the additional capacity for another 100 to or around 100 men. So Hope Rescue Mission, they meet these men where they are, which is an obvious low point in their lives. They are in need of shelter, and they provide for their physical needs by providing a bed, providing a warm shower, a warm meal, and provide a number of counseling services, job training, job placement, and just really opportunities for these men to become better men and have the opportunity to improve their lives from where they are at that point. And they do so that through providing for their physical needs, but more importantly for their spiritual needs. They have a number of different ministries there at Hope Rescue, all of which is aimed at pointing these men to where they can find ultimate hope and pointing them to the cross and giving them hope in the good news of the gospel of Christ. So it's an amazing ministry. It's one that has left me very, very impressed after meeting the director, the staff, and just really getting this sense that they are all commonly passionate about serving these men and serving God well. So we have had the opportunity to serve alongside them and assist in that ministry by participating in a few different ways. The most consistent of those ways has been to put on chapel services every month on the third Sunday of that month. They usually start at 5:45. Roll is taken because these men are required to attend these chapel services if they would like to have a meal that night in the dining hall. So there's roll taken. The men are given the opportunity to declare a victory, and oftentimes, you can tell these men are excited to publicly profess how God's working in their lives. And many times, in many cases, this is the first time that they've had that opportunity. So it's always very encouraging to hear these men have the opportunity to declare these victories. And after that wraps up, then the team is handed the reins, and we're able to put on a chapel service. The men that attend this chapel service, again, they're required to be there, but oftentimes these are men who are newer to the mission. So this may be the very first chapel service that they've ever attended. It may be that they've been there for months and they've attended many chapel services. But this is an opportunity to bring truth to these men's lives and to share whether it's an experience and a lesson that God has taught you through trials or otherwise. It's an opportunity to share some scripture and how God has used that to work in your life. And really, the opportunities are pretty limitless as to what you can share. We always try to bring somebody that's very musically talented along. I am not one of those people, so I'm often trying to find somebody to come along with me. Because worship is an opportunity to really catch the attention of the men. There's some common songs that are used there that they're familiar with, that they're more likely to participate and sing along with. But when you engage these men and they hear a song that really touches them, and to hear them sing is it's a cool experience, and it's one that's very humbling and just helps you worship God even more in that moment. So often we'll have some element of worship involved in the chapel services, but it's not required. But it is an opportunity to pray with these men, to lead them in prayer, to teach them good, sound, biblical theology. Oftentimes, we don't get or don't recommend getting too deep with things, because these are either very new believers or men who are not believers at all. But I always like to extend the invitation at the beginning of the service to have the men come up, and if they have questions about what they heard, or if they want somebody to pray with or just talk to feel free to do that. And I can honestly say some of the most rewarding experiences there is talking with the men after, and just being able to hear how God's working in their lives, to be able to pray with them, to give them a little direction on how to pray, or what scripture to read. I had conversations a couple weeks ago. There was a guy who he didn't know where to start in the Bible, so I gave him a little direction on where to start there, and we just had really good conversation with that. So it's an opportunity to serve these men who are in need, to reach them when they're at a point where they are desperate and they are searching for truth, and to be able to just assist in Hope Rescue Mission's goal into serving these men. It's a great way for our church to serve. So we are always looking for volunteers to speak or to lead worship. If you have any questions about what that entails, feel free to contact me in any way at any time. So we are trying to fill the chapel service schedule for 2021, and would love to have you, if not participate, to just come along and to talk with the men after. The more people that come to and help with the service, the more people that these men have to interact with. Because if it's just one or two of us, there could be 10 men lined up waiting to talk, and they might miss dinner by the time they have the opportunity to talk with us. So the more the merrier, and it really is a great opportunity to serve God and to serve these men who are in need of truth. So I hope this video finds you well, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your week.